Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly reading for March 6th to the 12th. This is for Gemini, Sun, and Rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity, to get more detailed and specific with your reading. And the reason I do this is because astrology has been around for thousands of years. It's had major influence on divination and tarot, which came out in the 14th century. It's, every tarot card is assigned an astrological element, a ruling planet. So we go really deep because the two, both astrology and tarot, are aligned with the tree of life. Also, Gemini, I love you. I love you, and I want you to feel like this is a personal reading rather than a general spread. So I like to get a little bit more specific here. Now, Gemini, this week is pretty special. All right, there's a lot happening. Now, if you saw my monthly forecast, I did talk about Saturn moving into Pisces. This is a big deal. This is a 3-year transit. So for the next couple years, we're going to get serious about our career because it's in your 10th house of career. The 10th house rules career, fame, public recognition, honors, achievements, all of that. So I know that, it's been a little rocky, right? Ups and downs the past few years, even the past year, especially with those eclipses. And then there were just so many retrogrades, especially that big retrograde. But here's the thing. You still have Mars in your sign now. It was retrograde in Gemini, okay, for a couple months. And it finally went direct, all right? And so that's a lot of action. It's a good time to take action. And Saturn is bringing that stability, okay? It's grounding. It is a taskmaster planet. It is the planet of, tough love and life lessons. Responsibility, but you're just going to get a little bit more serious about your career. But it's also you could start seeing a lot of movement in your career, and it builds that foundation around that. All right, so the other thing is that's happening the same day as we have a full moon in Virgo. Now, that is a big full moon. This is going to be in your fourth house. The fourth house is, speaking of foundations, this is your domestic sector, okay? So you could see a lot of activity, whether it's, closure or closure does bring new beginnings, right? So around home, okay? And when I say home, it could be your physical home, okay? You could be moving, you could be getting a neighbor, or not a neighbor. You could get a new neighbor, or there could be just, maybe a new roommate, or you're selling. There's something having to do with a home. Domestic sector also rules relationships, okay? So your partner, okay? Your even family. Now, a great thing that's happening is Venus is sextiling Mars, all right? That's going to happen on March 11th. And so we all know what happens when Venus and Mars gets together. So this is a great time, all right? This is a great time to, especially if you're single, to put yourself out there. Remember, Mars is in your sign. Nothing can stop you now. Nothing can stop you now, all right? So go out there. Go start swiping right and go, meet people, go out to the bars or the parks or wherever you go, where all the singles go. And if you're in a relationship, it's just, things you're just going to feel all that romance. You're going to just feel really sexy, right? You're going to feel really good. And it's coming after these two major aspects. So there could actually be some big, things happening like engagements and proposals. So let's go ahead and get started. Gemini, let's see what's going on for you this week, March 6th to the 12th for Gemini, Sun, and Rising. Now, you'll see my dog has joined me. I can't wake her up. She will not let me wake her up. And so I have to make do with my table space here, but I'm going to make sure that you see all the cards. Secondly, Gemini, I love you. Y'all are so, I love y'all. My Johnny Depps and Colin Farrell's. Oh my goodness. Marilyn Monroe, big Gemini there. John F. Kennedy, you can't forget him. Listen, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going on for you, Gemini. Look at this. look at this. This is going to be a week of decisions. You're gonna have to make a decision. All right. Yeah, yeah. You are gonna have to make a pretty big decision, and coincidentally, it's gonna have to do with relationships or home, the two big things that we're talking about. But and even career as well here. Um, Interesting, interesting. Now let's get started. You got the King of Swords. I love that you got the King of Swords. This is someone who is very powerful, who has a lot of authority. He is a big leader. He can communicate really well. People listen to the King of Swords, okay? Very Aquarius, because the kings are fixed, right? And then the swords are the air element. And so Aquarius is the fixed air sign, right? Now, what's really great is that you're sitting in this throne, okay? No doubt about it. It's almost like the energy is like, done with this BS. I need my power. I need my power. All right. And so, what's really great is, Gemini, you are the communicators, right? You do rule like the third house. You're so great at communicating. People listen to you, like I said. Here's the thing, King of Swords. There you go. Now, this is having that power and authority in communication, but also in being on top of your of everything, right? Just facing all your truths. He is the only king who looks directly at you. Okay, you can see that. All right, he has nothing to hide. He's facing his truth. That's how bold, courageous he is. But also at the same time, nothing can hide anything. No one can hide anything from him. No one can hide anything from him. So this is a lot of power, and I love that. So moving into this week, get in that zone, in that mental space. I got this. Powerful, authoritative, commanding. All right. Now, head above the clouds too. Now, in the heart of your spread, you got the Two of Pentacles. Now, the Two of Pentacles, hey, this is that decision you're going to have to make. You can see that the sign of infinity is, the pentacles are bound by it, right? And there's a lot of imbalance in this card. And so there could be a weak, what's happening is that this imbalance is being caused by two things. One, well, probably a lot going on in your life, all right? Whether you're multitasking, whether you're just taking on a lot, it's creating a little bit of imbalance, okay? Other message is that there could be two job offers coming through, okay? And you have to make a decision between that. It could also be like suitors. Job is really a big thing that's coming through, but it could be anything that I mentioned earlier. Do people say suitors? I forget. Is that it's two suitors? Maybe two people you're dating, and also like even a decision on like moving or whatnot. But it really is, even though the pentacles do represent money and wealth, and there is a lot of career activity that's coming through, in terms of like, do I go with this job or do I leave this job, etc., etc. It is also our physical reality. Okay, so it's almost like this week you will have to make a decision, especially around that full moon. Okay, in Virgo. All right, that again is your fourth house. So that is your domestic sector. So relationships, home, even family. But then also think about, when with that career energy coming through, if you work from home, like remote work, that's a big thing here. Now, you did get the Four of Wands, but it did come in your challenge area, which is really the breakthrough area. And this is that milestone energy, right? So it's almost like there is something that you really, really want, but you can't get it until you make this decision. All right. This is, again, milestone as in a new home, milestone as in a proposal or engagement, getting married, new job, new career, new, all of that, just that joy that comes with that. This decision that you're going to make this week, it's pretty important, okay? And don't, I wouldn't even, a big message coming through is that it's not even, sure, it's a decision you have to make, but it's better to do it sooner than later. However, go at your comfort level. I don't want you to feel stressed about it. I don't want you to feel, really like, what's going on? I mean, who was it? Confucius. It was Confucius who said, it does not matter how slowly as you go, as long as you don't stop, right? So keep that in mind. And remember what I said earlier, a lot of action. Take action this week. Now, you did get the Justice card in, your crown. So, one big message that is already coming through is that marriage, that engagement energy. I mean, justice, that is a judge, but that is going to bring that balance. You are looking for balance. There is like a little bit of imbalance this week, but it's the good news is you are seeking it. I mean, you can even see the scale in the judge's hand here, right? And again, the sword, and you got the King of Swords in your past. So again, remember, use that power and authority this week. Use your power and authority and take action. Use this sword to cut anything you don't need from your life. That's what's going to help make this decision that you're going to have to make. This is all about cause and effect, right? And so, also if there is something, contracts related, is a message coming through. Again, again, it could be like career, a new job offer, or something with contracts, or even like marriage. There's something, but again, it's all pending on that decision. All right. You did get the King of Wands in the root of your spread, so again, that's one of the reasons why a lot of this career energy is coming through. This is affirmation for it because I do call the King of Wands like he. First of all, he's the fun king. Okay, he's the fun king. He's just like you, Gemini, just very fun, outgoing. People love him, but he is very inspiring. He is very influential. I do call him like the Steve Jobs of tarot because this is also he's like the entrepreneur, right? He's the entrepreneur. He's made it, and nothing was handed to him. This wasn't through succession. He worked his way up to become the King of Wands. All right. And so this is in the root of your spread. Again, this is, just having that power. That's the second king that you got in your spread. Having that power, feel that power. All right. And take action toward the things that you want. And spend time intuitively too. Right. And I think you're going to because you did get the Hermit in your future. All right. So there's things that you want. Again, this you may have to make a decision, but in the future, it says that the Hermit is someone who has made all these achievements, and now he's like thinking about his next step. Okay, so it's in line with this decision that you have to make, and you may have to just go a little deep, right? A little deep to really, really find those answers. Because even though he is holding a lantern, you could only see so far with lantern light, right? Where are those answers? The things that you're seeking, all that truth, it's inside you. He's going deep. That's why he's the Hermit. He's doing this soul searching. And the Hermit is ruled by Virgo, all right? So with that full moon in Virgo that is in your fourth house, this is going to be, it really is a significant week, okay? Significant week for you. So just find all that power. Feel empowered, all right? Feel empowered this week. Now, let's get to your stuff. Gemini, if you like this reading, it would be so great if you leave comments, subscribe. I love comments. I love hearing from y'all. If you're not a commenter, you don't like it, it's fine. I love emojis. They really make my day. And if you're a subscriber, I love you. Thank you so much for being here with me every week. You're amazing. I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for you. So I really do appreciate it. And I'm grateful. And very grateful. All right. So, Gemini, let's see what's going on. You are going to make that decision and you are going to move forward and listen, this is great. So you got the Sun. We all know the Sun. Come on. Everyone, a lot of tarot readers say it's the best card in the deck. I agree. It's in my top 3. All right. So, this is all about optimism. This is, what does the Sun do? It shines all that light, right? It's all that sunlight into all the shadows in our life, right? It clears all the shadows, right? Literally. So the sun is very powerful. It came up in your first staff and or card in your staff, and so look toward that. Look toward the sun. Go toward the sun. Feel all that sunlight. Feel all that warmth. Feel that optimism. Feel it. Feel it. Feel it. I know that you've got it in you. Actually, it's saying here that you do. Your external influences. All right. So there could be a lot of noise going on around you this week. Okay. You do see that you did get the Five of Wands. So there could be some like, there could be like an argument, or there could be just some disconnect with some people, whether it's colleagues, family members, even your partner. But just know that, again, you have the power. Look at this. You have the power. You can make the decision. All right. So, one thing I'm going to point out is that even though it is they are fighting, it's like a lot of egos at play here, right? Take a closer look. They're kids. They're kids. They're little kids swinging their wands in their air, right? Play fighting. It's like, when I was growing up, when in my generation, we went out to, we didn't have like Netflix. We didn't have cell phones. We went out to our backyard and played with our neighborhood friends with sticks, like we were in Star Wars or whatever. That's what this card is. And it really is. It just means like whatever this conflict is, it's just child's play. It's not even a big deal. It's one of those annoying things that you just have to get through, right? And so with all this power, someone's actually got to stand up and say, y'all, we're not seeing eye to eye. Let's get through this. Okay, let's get through this. So again, whether it's a relationship, whether it's something that's happening in your office environment, whether it's something that's happening with your family, something will be coming up, but it's just gonna be, it's not gonna be worth your time at all. And there you go, clarified. You got the Six of Wands literally after the Five of Wands. So again, it seems like you will be like, you're fine. You're gonna be fine, and it seems like you're gonna be very victorious in the end. You're gonna, when you stand up and you say you're the one, you're the leader. Okay, you're the communicator. Six of Wands is all about victory. It's all about sex. What is wrong with me? So I'm not even gonna try to say the word anymore. Success. There we go. It's all about, public recognition, okay? Now, we know this is happening already with Saturn moving into Pisces in your 10th house of career, but this is just for this situation, for this week. It's coming, all right? You're going to get it. You're going to get what you want. I love it. I love it. Just be that person to just get out of this is almost just like a buzzing fly. It's like, just come on. But be that one to stand up, right? And just say, we need to work together here. There you go. You got the Seven of Pentacles. So there is, some of y'all, here's two things. Some of y'all you've definitely worked really hard. Gemini, you've definitely worked really hard, especially with all these curveballs that came through in the past few months for y'all. You've definitely worked really hard to get where you're at. Now, there's some of y'all who are just like, the things that I want, it's taking too long to get there, right? And then there's a lot of other Geminis who are just like, okay, this is a sign. I need to figure something out. So, the fact that you have the Two of Pentacles in the heart of your spread, okay, that decision energy is big. Now, the fact that the Seven of Pentacles came up in your staff is saying that some of y'all are at a crossroads, and some of y'all may just be in a situation where you have to make a decision, okay? Do I continue down this path? Do I start a new path? Right? Do I, or what do I do to ascend? What do I do to take everything that I've worked for and put it in a place where I'm a lot happier and I'm getting a lot more recognition and I'm getting a lot more praise for all the hard work that I do, right? So that's, it's again, this decision's going to be very important, but it's almost like it's everything hinges on this decision. Your final outcome, you got the Three of Wands. Now, this is glorious, and I love this, all right? This is Aries, by the way. And we know Jupiter is in Aries, and I love that. Because Jupiter is a planet of good fortune, good luck, prosperity, and this is all about. I call it the green light card, even though it's yellow. But the fact that it's yellow, that's just a lot of warmth. That's a lot of freshness. Okay, a lot of sunlight, and this is. I call it the green light card because it's just you're ready to go. This is your final outcome. You're ready to go. You're ready to move forward. Sorry about that. I thought everything was turned off. That beep, but you're ready to go. You're ready to move forward. Think about the 14th century. Think about the medieval times. Again, that reference I made earlier to like not having iPhones or whatever. Like they didn't have any of that technology. They had nothing. They didn't have Netflix. They didn't have iPhones or whatnot. They had none of that. TikTok. Leaving their village to go explore and do something new and to go after their passions was a big deal. It was a huge deal. And I want you to make it a big deal. All right. Remember, you have the green light here. You have the green light and your final outcome to go after those things that you want. Okay. To really go after those things that you're passionate about, the things that are going to fulfill you emotionally. There's a lot of travel related to this card. So y'all may be traveling soon, but it's really more just exploring those things that are calling to you. All right. So Gemini, you have a big week. You have a very big week. Decisions you're gonna have to make. That's yeah. And a message coming through is like it's not even. I think I actually said it earlier. I got the message earlier. It's not even a take your time. It's almost like you have to make this decision, uh, but you have to do it at your comfort level. Don't do anything hasty. Don't do remember Confucius, does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. All right. So, Gemini, I love you. You're amazing. Thanks so much for being here. Again, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like it. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe. Leave comments. I love hearing from y'all. I love hearing from y'all. And I will see you next week. Thanks so much for being here. I love you. Thanks. Okay. Bye bye.